Hello, CSA students. Okay, this is a follow-up video to the install of jGrasp and the JDK on your school laptop. So if you were able to get through all those steps successfully, you should have something like this on your desktop. I know it looks a little bit different. And you should have the icon down here pinned to your taskbar. So I'm going to double click that because we have to test to make sure we set the settings and the path up correctly. So I've actually changed the look and feel of my jGrasp. So under the settings menu, under look and feel, there's a couple different options there. I think this is the default, so I'll just go with that to start, which is fine. In the video, he had you make sure you were in that coding subfolder there and the coding directory. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a new folder. So right here, if you're just hovering, you can see. So I'm going to click Create Folder, and I'm going to create an APCSA folder. So now you can see that folder is created under coding. I'm going to go ahead and double click so I'm in the APCS folder and there's nothing in there. We're going to go to File, New, and select Java. Yours Java may not be the first option. I've opened mine already, and so now it's putting Java at the top, but you may have you may have this whole list that you'll see here, and you have to scroll, go down to find Java. So File, New, Java, and now it's given me this work area here to work on a Java program. So I'm going to type public class first program, open a curly brace, close a curly brace. Inside the curly braces, I'm going to type public static void main and do string args, open curly brace, close curly brace, and then in between there I'm going to tab and type system.out.println and type hello world inside the quotes and close the parentheses and a semicolon. So you could also go to CS Awesome and copy and paste this, but it is good practice to start typing some of this yourself, since it is different and a new language for a lot of you. So if you've typed this in perfectly, then when you click compile or run, you're going to get a save menu popped up, and maybe I'll show you. It wants you to save the file before it can compile it and run it. So if I click save, if it's a clean compile, it's going to give me a suggested file name here. But if I've made certain errors, and it's never really clear which errors, but there's certain errors. If I go to click compile or run, it's still giving me the name. Sometimes it doesn't give you the file name. So let's pretend that this wasn't there, okay? Let's pretend the file name wasn't there because I don't want this to hold you up. So if it doesn't give you the file name, it is imperative that the file name match this class name up here exactly, upper, lowercase, all of it. So you may have to type in first program here. You don't have to put the .java. As long as it's a Java file type, it'll add that. So I'm going to click save, and you can see there that it did. Here's the program, it's underlined, it's the program I'm in, and now it's telling me about all these compiler errors that I have. So if it gives you the file name, the suggested file name for save, great, use it. The suggested file name will always match this. If it doesn't, you need to match that name exactly, whatever the name of that particular program is. So fix your compiler errors if you have any. So the green plus is to compile the program, and then the second step is to run the program. If you just click run, it will often compile the program for you also, but sometimes you need to click compile on your own. For certain programs will do. So it's good to remember that compile and run are separate steps. Compile translates the program into machine language that the machine can understand. Run then runs that machine language. I cannot run a program until I have a clean compile. I showed you about the settings, so you can change your settings, but also you can resize. There's 3 windows here. So this is where you type your source code. This is where you will see your output. You can see your compiler, any compiler messages. This is a sign of a clean compile. The run IO is where you'll see the output. This is just kind of your file manager. It's good to have the current folder open because when you get that save menu, it's going to save to whatever folder is open here. And this is where, again, where you'll type your source code. So if you had any errors in the compiler running, then likely in that download step where you had to go and set the settings for the path, likely you didn't follow those directions exactly, or you got something a little off. So you can either try to replay that other video and fix it yourself, or you can come and see me on Monday, and we can get that fixed, because we need jGrasp and the JDK talking to one another so that we can compile our programs. So one last thing I want to show you is that here in that coding folder that you're in, so if I double click, if everything's running perfectly, I would go ahead and delete the 2 folders that have zip as the extension, right? Those are the ones that you extracted into these 2. So only the zip ones do you want to delete, and you may want to wait until you're sure that it's compiling. So I'm right clicking and saying delete. So these ones I need. This has the information. So that's one tip. And then if you go into APCSA, likely what you have right here looks more like Pages, kind of like this document, or like Notepad would look. So in order, and if you click this, if you double click this, yours probably won't open jGrasp for you. So it's nice for it to do that. So the way to have that happen is you will right click, and we're going to say open with, and we're going to choose another app, okay? Now you're going to go all the way down and you're going to select more apps, and you see all these apps, and then there's this option. I know it's very light on my computer. It says look for another app on this PC. Before you click this, you have to check this box. Always use this app. That's what's going to change this icon for you. So then you can say look for another app on this PC, and that's where you're going to go to your desktop, however you go there, go to that coding folder, and we want to open jGrasp for this file. So we're going to go to the jGrasp bin, and we're going to find that jGrasp exe, the same one we pulled to the taskbar, the same one we pulled to the desktop, and we're going to say OK. And so now this program will be associated, or any program with a .java extension will be associated with jGrasp, and it'll open for you, and you'll have the icon. So hopefully everything went smoothly, and if not, hopefully you come visit me so we can get you up and running. The good news is this is just a one-time thing. You're not going to have to keep installing things, and this is one of the hardest steps. So you are, hopefully you are off to a good start, and if not, you're going to come see me. So happy coding, and see you later.